Good morning, everybody. Welcome back and welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint pieces. I paint all sorts of different things. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna drop cans on the floor because I didn't clean up before I left on vacation, so I left some empty cans, and now I'm kicking around. Anyway, we're gonna do this. Oh, this. It's gonna be super cool. I'm really excited about this guy. I've got to get my printer cleaned up and start printing stuff off for the new drop from Artisan Guild too. So we got that coming this month. So this month's gonna be like super cool. So I got a lot of stuff going on. Batmobile and some other things. So this is a hello, Sir McBeardsly. Thanks, sir. Had a great time. I'll talk about vacation in a little while. We're gonna get through these intros and I'll tell you guys about what all we did. So yep, this is a 1989 Ertl Batmobile. This thing is the Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson Joker, Michael Keaton Batman, Jack Nicholson Joker, and is that Kim Basinger? Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale. So yeah, great, good old school Batman. Well, not old school, but like middle old school. I don't know, middle school, I guess. I don't know how to explain it because now we've got like multiple Batmobiles over like a long period of time, so that starts to get a little crazy. Anyway, there's some lights and stuff out in here. Apparently there was a big storm while we were gone. I hope everybody that lives here in Oklahoma was safe and everything worked out. Everything did okay for them. And everybody turned out okay. Everything turned out okay. I know storms down here get crazy. So. All right, so here we go. The big Batmobile. My coding's overloading. Gotta chill out. So, yeah, this is cool. That's the, yeah. Most of the car. It looks like it's gonna be a pretty simple, easy model. So it should be boom, boom, boom. Put this guy together, get it painted, and I got some ideas on what to do. We got some chromed stuff. This is gonna I'm changing it. Look at there. The Blue Printer Special. Batmobile Cocoon Armor Shielded Protector. Oh my god. So, one piece vacuum form AMT Batmobile Cocoon 1/25th scale, which matches this scale. Protector authentic. That's hilarious. I wonder if this is. I bet this isn't valid anymore. That's funny. So if you remember the movie, it'll make a shield around it. So that's pretty cool. Windshield and some tires. And some red parts. It looks like one axle. Wonder if it only has one axle. It'd be weird to only have one, but you know, you never know. You never really know how these things are designed. And here's our instructions. Oh man. This got all the specifications on the Batmobile itself. Larger than life, menacing, intimidating, almost brutal in appearance, all describe the Batmobile. Yet, the long curved fenders and jet turbine engines also exude raw power and speed, with hints of jet-powered land speed record cars and turbine-powered monster drag racing cars, with afterburners spewing large fumes of flame. Yet it is still the Batmobile, with the distinctive bat fins and armor-plated body. Batman's fighting machine against the dark, sinister criminal forces of Gotham City. Trademark. It is an intimidating attack vehicle in Batman's war on urban crime. The Batmobiles, powered by front... Why did you put an apostrophe there? That's wrong. Anyway, the Batmobile is powered by the front-mounted gas turbine engine of 15,000 or 1,500 shaft horsepower, developing 1,750 foot-pounds of torque, which drives the rear wheels through the multi-speed transmission. The Batmobile is aided for fast fast acceleration. See, like, this is why Americans have a hard time reading. Like, they get in here and they start trying to read these things that have been printed for them, and it's all messed up. So, like, cause, like, how do you read that? That would make a lot of people's brains go crazy. Batmobile is aided for fast acceleration by a separate Batmated in fast acceleration by a separate afterburner mounted in the tail, producing an additional 1,500 pounds of extra thrust. Its 0 to 60 time is an awesome 3.7 seconds. 90 miles per hour is done in 5 seconds, and top speed is unknown. The Batmobile rides on a 141-inch wheelbase and is a 260.7 inches long. That would be 21.7 feet for those keeping track at home. And is 94.4 inches wide and 51.2 inches high. Wheels are cast alloy. God, I'm not going to read all this. This is getting crazy. So anyway, the Batmobile. Everybody knows the Batmobile, right? We get moving. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a super simple model. Oh, we got to decide. Oh, look, we got the. Should we make it pop everything up like they got inside? I wonder if we can set it to where the canopy's open. So what I want to do is I want to make this look like the Joker's gang got a hold of it and messed it up. That's my goal. Oh my, that is a big sheet. Holy sheet. Alright, so step 1. We'll get that forward up where we can see it. It's all chrome. Ugh. Okay. I hate chrome stuff. The dip chrome model stuff. It doesn't look real, and you can't really add stuff to it. So we're definitely gonna prime everything, just so we know that's coming. And I guess you could tear open bags, but that seems like hard on my old hands. If I'm completely honest. So anyway, yeah, vacation was great. We had a great time. We went, so first night we ended up, for those of you who keep track of everything, and I don't know that I posted all of the photos. I didn't post as many photos as I wanted to. We were out of cell range for a lot of stuff. Just, that's how the mountains go. So anyway, yeah, first night we were in Bandelier National Monument, which is a great park. Highly recommend it. Anybody who ever gets a chance to go out there. It's an old native ruins. So all the people that lived there, were what they call Native Americans or First Americans. However, you feel like you want to say that. I don't. The tribe isn't really known exactly. They know that these tribes eventually became like the other tribes that are in the area now, the Hopi, and there's several other tribes, and I don't know all their names off the top of my head. I'm still really tired, so my brain isn't functioning. I read all this information several times in my life, and I'm just but there's several tribes in that area. Now I'm stressing trying to remember them, but anyway, they built these cliff cities, right? So there's they're the naturally occurring caves in this area of New Mexico, just because of what the area is made out of. The water just kind of erodes it and makes these holes. And so when people first got there, they started living in caves, and then they started building houses and things like that as it went. And now they have nice. Okay. Then they ended up building like a ring city. And there's also this giant cave up on the side of the cliff that was, they think it was for ceremony use, like the priest or the head tribesman or something like that lived up there, and they performed different kinds of ceremonies and This is awesome. None of this has been opened. This is all made in 1989. Alright, we need this stuff here. This is what we were looking for first. Alrighty. So we need the interior, we need the cowl, the instrument panel, and out of the chrome stuff, we'll need all that, and then we need the seats. Okay. Alright, so we're going to be doing all the stuff on the top first. The top part of the body first. So, just as an idea. So we're going to need to start off everything from this panel. And then we will need a few things from this panel. So we'll get the chrome stuff out first, and then do that. Just kind of keep ourselves organized. Now, I will always recommend that you keep stuff on sprues for as long as you can. I do not see this stuff that says it's supposed to be there. Oh, wait, there it is. They're frickin' tiny. They're in there. The light and shininess is making it hard for me to see it. Okay. $117, $116, $115, $118, $112. The steering wheel. Now, I always recommend to get a set of snips. Cutting those out with a knife is a giant pain in the ass. That's crazy. That's funny they made them chrome. Makes no sense. Now sometimes you can't get your snips all the way in there. So the best thing to do in that case is kind of try to push it up. Kind of just trying to maneuver that plastic and create a space before, and you want to create it on this end. Which is why so like you want this flat on whatever you're trying to clip off, because that's what's going to be flat. You just got to be careful not to damage it as you're getting it out. Oh, I see. This is just a part of this is a part of the flash, and that's the actual piece we need. Boom. Okay. Ah, that shininess. It's hard to see what this stuff is. It's so shiny. It's, this model is so old too. As I pinch on it, the chrome is flaking off. Not at the pieces, just at the where we're snipping it. That always happens a little bit with those chrome pieces, but the older it is, the more it kind of will on you. Okay, so I'm gonna set these guys over here. I might even want a cup. Actually, they are so small. I always recommend keeping a series of small cups or small containers just to kind of put stuff in. So, yep. So Bandolier was day 1. Day 2. Oh well, we did Bandolier and then we did Meow Wolf. So like we went to Bandolier driving out there. We camped there that first night. Then we walked around the ruins, and then we went to Meow Wolf in Santa Fe, which is super cool. If you've never been to Meow Wolf it's like an art installation, but it's a walkthrough, almost kind of interactive art installation. So, and it's really out there. It's crazy. As a matter of fact, Beardsley, you need to take your girlfriend down to the Meow Wolf down. I think it's in Fort Worth. It's in Texas. There's one in Texas, and you totally gotta take your girl down there. She will love it. You guys will love it. You'll love it. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's just look it up, Meow Wolf, and it's really hard to explain it. Heck yeah, McBeardsly went out to his grandma's. Blanchard around Bridge Creek area. A few decades. Considered nearly. Oh man, turned almost the entire property and gardens. That's cool. Went to collect eggs and did a walkthrough with my grandma. Nice. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Heck yeah, bro. That's the way. Now you get some service plants. That's super cool. Yeah, Meow. So we did that Meow Wolf, and then we drove through the plaza. We didn't really get a chance to like stay in Santa Fe for very long, which sucks. Santa Fe is one of my, if not my favorite town in the United States. I am absolutely in love with that state. So I will probably, when I retire finally completely, and I'm so old I can't do much of anything but enjoy the rest of my days, I am going to go and live in New Mexico. I got a feeling we need part number 9, but I don't know the news yet. Yeah, we'll need that in the next stage. So we'll just go ahead and cut it off anyway. Now you could probably just wiggle those off, but there's no telling where that's going to end up. So it's better to get it off of there and then clean it up. Save your sprues too. You can make a substance called sprue goo. For those of you who don't do a lot of modeling, this stuff is important. First thing I walked out there was some Egyptian waking onions. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look those up. So okay, so sprue goo is basically melted plastic. I don't want to leave that open for too long without like a mask on, because it is melted plastic, so it's super not good for you. And I have a fan and stuff on in here. It's a very light fan. And if you're gonna do these kind of things, make sure you've got that sort of stuff. And don't spend too long with your jars open. Always close your jars. Don't leave them sitting open. It's one of the things I like about the Tamiya thin cement like this in the jar, is that you can do what you got to do, and then you can close it back up, and it's not just sitting around open. A lot of times that tester's tube of glue, that stuff's so thick that it takes a while for it to dry and set up. So and you end up like squirting a lot of it out. So you're breathing in model glue, which is really bad for you apparently. Says everything everywhere. So definitely don't do it like that. All right, so there's this. This looks to be our instrument panel. A little bit of dry fitting here. Do some cleanup on a bunch of this stuff. Honestly, it didn't look too bad. So now is where you want to get out your knife. So this way you're not doing a whole lot of work on it with your knives. And having to replace the blade all the time. And this is where people often cut themselves, is trying to mess with cutting all that off a screw instead of just scraping a little bit off. Also do a little bit of filing to make sure everything's going to fit nice and tight. Get rid of any plastic. Now we want to leave that because that's textured, see? So that's supposed to have some sort of, it's textured for a reason. So, okay, where was I? Okay, well, walking. Okay, walking. Okay, yeah. They form bulbs at the tops of their stems, and eventually get so heavy they fall over and plant themselves. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna have to get some. Walking onions. Sounds like something I probably want to keep in a container though, so it doesn't completely overtake my property. Well, as much fun as that might be. Now, this is definitely an old school model kit. Some of this stuff is on here with a hope and a prayer. So like that, we'll find out in a minute. fits pretty good. That tab is going to fit in there. Okay. Oh, they're literally over. Yeah, that's what I thought, man. They'll probably go everywhere if you let them walk. It sounds like you better just put them in a container. Get a big container with some higher walls and just keeps them in there. Okay. All right, let's do the instruction again. We're gonna do the gear stuff, I think, after we put in the. Oh, I had it backwards. Okay. That actually makes a lot more sense. And that's why your instructions are big. Okay, so that's gonna basically snap in there. And these are gonna go boom, boom, there. Man, we're gonna need to paint the inside of this before we add anything to it. So we'll be able to get to like right here before we add the chrome stuff. Okay, so another reason I like this stuff is this little wand is so much easier than trying to squeeze glue onto a little line, even with like tips. A little too heavy with that. Okay, there we go. Don't really want it just running like crazy. Just make sure you get plenty of glue on there so it'll stick firm. Get it. There we go. There we go. All right, so where was I? So we camped outside of Santa Fe at a place called Villanueva, which is a really neat spot down on the Pecos River, which is a major river that runs through New Mexico and into actual Mexico itself. And there's an old cow story about a guy named Pecos Bill that's named after that river. The Pecos part comes from the river because he was operated out of West Texas and New Mexico. He was supposed to be like this legendary cowboy who drank rattlesnake poison instead of a bottle, and he rides a wild horse named Widowmaker and can rope a tornado and rope entire fields of cattle at once, all that kind of stuff. I told a bunch of those stories on the camp for the kids. They liked it. Told a little bit of some spooky stuff too, which was fun too. I think my middle boy liked the scarier stories a little bit better, I think, but my youngest was definitely not as into that part. Alright, looks like this is going to sit down here, and that is going to sit down there. Make sure that's all going to fit inside of this before we glue that last piece in. It's hard to explain how important dry fitting things can be, because you don't want to get this glued in and then there's like a big gap or something like that. Cool. Looks like everything is ready to rock and roll there. Because we want to paint this instrument panel up before we put the chrome and stuff in here. So the way this glue works on plastic model kits is, it is literally melting plastic together. That's why you can make sprue glue. You use the leftover jar, like when you're halfway done with it, and you just start cutting up sprues and putting that in there. And that's how you make sprue glue. I could use just a touch of it right now. And this right here, this particular application, we're going to use it to kind of give us a little bit extra strength down in here. You can also use it like gap filling, stuff like that. If you have like a place where there's a really bad gap, bad modeling, or bad cast on the model. There's a lot of reasons that might happen. None of them good. But there, you know, you gotta, if you want to get into this thing, you gotta learn the ways to fix it, everything, as well as how to do other things. I believe my little brother has started putting together a model car. Be cool if he follows through with it. Oh yeah, that'd be fun, man, for sure. Cars are cool. They're fun models to build. Cars are. This being, you know, a legendary car is pretty cool. All right, let's see. I almost feel like we should just prime this thing black, which means that would have to wait until manana. Yeah, I don't really want to put that gear shaft in there yet. Alright, how far can we go on this if we have to actually attach that? I don't want to try to paint. Yeah, we don't want to paint like this. So we don't want to attach this to this until we get this stuff in here painted. Maybe a good idea just to push that in there just to make sure we got it all, keep it all lined up properly on that dash. So my idea is, like I said, to make it look like the Joker game broke into this and spray painted it all and laugh reacts and stuff like that. I think it was the Penguins game that did it in the movies, but just kind of keep working on some of this dry wood. It seems weird that these are gonna be, I think, glass pieces when it's all said and done. But the bulkhead is like way behind where that is. Like sometimes the decisions the model makers get just from to make it work better, I guess, or make it easier to paint or something. I don't know. They get ideas. Yeah, sure as hell is gonna be like back where you can't see. You would be able to see through those damn things. They are clear. So yeah, so camping on Villanueva, which was really cool. Yeah, it's clear. See. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yep. Houses. We're gonna put those in last, because there's those pieces for that. We'll do that next tomorrow. Next tomorrow. The next tomorrow. Not this tomorrow. It's like we're gonna need to put some clamps on these guys. Get the clamps. Ah. That clamp's too clampy. These things are super helpful too, by the way. These particular ones are by Babu, but there's a bunch of different ones. Let's see. So we left Villanueva, and then we went to. We started driving south. Went through Roswell. If you don't know about Roswell, that's where the alien conspiracy thing first started. They had a crash landing out there, and everybody thought it was aliens, and you know, who knows if it really was. I don't know that that part matters. I think we with the story of it all. Alright, so apparently we're gonna need these pieces all for that. Why are these not just sculpted on there, I wonder? I'm gonna do the compartments. And then 16. That's we need 15, 16, and 17. So there's 17. So we get to we ate in Roswell at a place called Peppers. It was alright. It was better than the place we ate in Texas. Most of the time we cooked our own food at the campsite, which is cool. And then let's see. Here's the 15s. And this is 16. There you go. So then we set up camp at a place called Brantley Lake. I will not camp in a tent there again. It is super windy. I did not know that. I know that now. I don't know that I've ever actually been to Brantley Lake. So it was neat. It was all like gypsum and limestone. So it was really crazy looking. Everything looked like it looked like something out of Fallout or something. It's crazy. It's neat. Lots of really cool varieties of cactus out there. If you're into cactus. Yeah, get in there. There we go. Another neat thing about this super thin glue is I can come through and kind of backfill some of that. Alright. I think we're having interest. I can't think of any interest places we've been lately. I need to check the time for the show you're going to. I try to plan to see so I can come. Oh, cool. It's on the 21st. I gotta look at that up. Thanks for telling me that. Or reminding me that I really need to post all that, so I can get it out there. I don't know that we need to clean this flash up. It's just kind of like it's not going to be exposed at all. I think that's just my obsessive compulsive disorder that I've developed. Yeah, you definitely. It's June 21st. It's down at the fairgrounds. I think it's all day. It's like 9 to 4 or something like that. 4 or 5. I'll have to look it up. But it's gonna be cool. I'm excited. Now y'all can't see what I'm doing. You can hear my poor Caters. She's having a time. Very much in heat. And my other cat is fixed, so all is well. Except for she just has to suffer for a little while with her longing. It's like, girl, you don't want no kittens anyway. I don't know why you worried about it. You wouldn't like them. She's definitely not that kind of cat. She is not. She is definitely not about caring about anything. But get in there. Get in there. Good firm press. Need just a little bit of backfill. Get on there. And we need another clamp. Get the clamps. Yeah. I should look that up. Let's see. It's not that one. I don't remember which one. I don't remember what it's called. Let's see. Let's go to State Fairgrounds. We'll go to their calendar. Lots of cool stuff going on at the State Fair for anybody who does things. Let's see. Calendar. Let's see. June. Yeah, that's it. OKC Toy Extravaganza. This is it. From 9 to 4 on the 21st of June. Sponsored by Yanmar. We're in the Hobby Arts and Crafts building. Should be a lot of fun. There's gonna be tons of hobbyists and art people or toy people and model people and stuff there. So if you're into toys and stuff like that, definitely come on by. I'll have to start plugging it all month. Really, that way we can maybe get some people out there. Come say hi. Come see me. I will in fact be out there. This is the side scoop. Work into that's the way they go. I think the other side didn't seem to fit right, so that's left. Well, actually that's right, and this is left. We're upside down, so it's a little weird. Set up for a second. Good, nice, good, fun push, and a clamp. So then let's see, Brantley Lake, and then we went to Carlsbad Cavern. That was really cool. So definitely recommend Carl. I always recommend Carlsbad. There's not a lot. Southern New Mexico is a little dry and there's not a lot to really see till you get there. But Roswell was a neat stop for all the aliens. So it's a fun little jaunt there, a little piece there to help break up the monotony, because it gets pretty monotonous looking. But then you get to Carlsbad and it's like, whoa, this place is crazy. Just because of how deep it goes. We took the long trail down. My knees held out, which is awesome. I was really worried about that. I said, put on so much dang weight. And my lungs did pretty good. I was breathing all right, even with the campfires and stuff like that. So that went well. So overall, the camping was a great experience. Then let's see. We left Carlsbad in the morning. We went to we drove to Texas and we stayed in a beautiful Palo Duro Canyon, second largest canyon in the United States, they say. So it's pretty big. Really neat, beautiful area. It's probably one of the prettiest places in Texas, honestly. No, I'm not really trying to throw shade, but besides the beach, the Gulf is beautiful too. But like the beach in Palo Duro is just beautiful. Highly recommend it. Let's see. We need a gas cap. It says, oh, there's 2 gas caps. I guess that's these. That looks terrible. Consult the instructions just in case. And then we drove home. We stopped at a place in Texas called Flips Diner or something like that. Flips Best Pancakes or something. Pancakes were really good. The hash browns were way undercooked. 110. Yep, that's them. You know, but other than that, it was alright. Yeah, coffee was good, and the orange juice was alright. Yeah, the service was great. Great server, friendly people. It was not. It was alright. I'm super picky about breakfast, so like that one, especially like you're doing diner breakfast. Like I've got, I'm very picky. Oklahoma's got a lot of great diner breakfasts. If you like that good old fashioned quintessential American diner breakfast thing, we'll definitely get this part put on, and then we're gonna draw up for today because I got to get that other stuff at least get the cockpit painted so we can move to the next stage. Because that's got to get done. It's probably dried now. So yeah, we want to get in here and get all this painted before we start putting anything else in there. And then get it painted before we put it into the Batmobile itself. But it should be good. We should be good to go. I'll do a primer on it, and then we'll paint it tomorrow. Steak and breakfast foods are everyone's particular about. Yeah. Yeah, I don't miss cooking breakfast for people either. Definitely do not. That's brutal. It's brutal. But you know, yeah, it wasn't too bad. Everybody ate. Ate pretty much what they ordered. So sausage was good. It was like a sweet sage. Maybe a little too sugary for my taste, but you know, it's definitely probably a regional thing. Amarillo, they seem to like things real sweet. Oh, come back here. Come. Get on there. And some cloves. Take a look real quick. Oh, wow. I'll have to wait for tomorrow for the reveal. Hopefully they stay in. That one's in there pretty good. And then it's designed to be able to where you could just build this and you wouldn't have to paint it. So like, I mean, I totally get it. Let's stick it in. Just gotta keep that glue going. So yeah, got that going. Looking pretty snazzy. All right, so yeah, we will deal with that tomorrow, and get on it. Should only take us like, oh, my guess is tomorrow I'll have it built, and then be able to paint it next week, and then by then I'll have everything printed from the new batch of stuff to print, so we can start painting on that, which would be cool. And this is an artisan guild. Looks like it's all lizardmen. I love lizardmen. These are like an iguana style lizards, so I'm gonna definitely deck out. We're gonna have a lot of like blue iguanas, so yeah, it's gonna be in Aztec colors. So yeah, so I'm gonna start looking at that because they look like they're kind of Aztecian look to them. So their armor and their blades, obsidian and stuff like that. So that's gonna be super cool. But yeah, we're gonna do Batmobile first because I couldn't stand looking at it any longer. And I need time to run this printer. See, because we gotta be able to get these prints done. That's a lot of work. So it takes a little bit of time. So well, especially with one printer, I'm gonna have to get another printer. I might have to get like 3 or 4 of these little buggers. Keep up with all this stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you had a great time while I was gone. I kind of hope people miss me a little bit. That'd be cool. You missed the show for anybody who kind of watches. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for giving us a watch. If you do like what you see, give us a like, subscribe, all that stuff I'm supposed to say. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Be back tomorrow for sure. Get back to work. We got a lot to do. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. And we'll talk to you later.